What's going on, people? It's your man, the YB, back once again. So, David Benavidez is solely on Canelo Carrot Top's neck. Here we go. David Benavidez has stated that he was willing to accept a $5 million flat purse, to fight Canelo Alvarez next. I don't need no Canelo. The only reason people fight Canelo is for a payday. I don't care about money. I care about winning titles and giving the fans the best fights possible. The thing I cared about was the opportunity, because I know once I beat him, that's when the money comes. Listen, people, I ain't gonna lie to you. A year ago, or however long ago, I still think Canelo, I still think Carrot Top will smoke on Benavidez, I'm not gonna lie. Benavidez can't punch, in my opinion. He can't punch. He's got volume, can he? I don't know. I got a feeling Canelo will hit him and he'll be like Callum Smith, Jamel. I just think he's going to feel the shots. He's not going to be a Bivol, for example. Maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't. Yeah, listen. To keep Canelo off you, you got to have. You just don't have it. You just don't. He's not going to. Them like quick, them kind of combinations ain't going to bother Canelo. They didn't bother Caleb Plant, did they? He couldn't stop Caleb Plant with all that volume. Canelo going to walk straight through him. I can see it happening the same as Callum Smith. I can see it happening the same as Jamel Charlo. I can see Canelo walking forward, bang the left hook, and Benavidez being like, looking like he's seen a ghost. As many have. In fact, the only person who hasn't, even Triple G to some extent, even Triple G in the last fight, in all the fights, certainly the last two, even Triple G, the big Kazakhstani kind of whatever, he didn't really want to get stuck in. Canelo in the second fight turned Triple G into a boxer, right? Triple G was the man storming forward and really hard, and then all of a sudden he comes in the second fight and says, I wanted to try something different. No. Yeah, Triple G been blowing dudes back out since time began. Don't tell me now you want to box. That's what you call a politician. Yeah, he politicking. But Triple G politicked. Now, what the third Triple G fight did show was that, and I've always believed this, strategy, unless you're a Bivol who can take a shot and who is sublime, you can win. But strategy is going to be key to beating Canelo full stop for Benavidez. If Benavidez doesn't get shook off the first left hook that lands, he needs to last five. If you last 5 rounds against Canelo and you've got something left and you're not mentally or physically broken by that point, you can beat him. Even the third Triple G fight. If Triple G had started earlier, Triple G's old legs had started in round 6 or 7, rather than, I think he come on strong the last few rounds. Either way, you get the point I'm making. Benavidez is younger, he's hungrier, but I'm not sure. I don't know. I haven't seen enough of him to say that, yeah, he's going to take Canelo shots and then storm forward in the latter rounds. I don't know. These PBC guys, they're all quite similar. They go in there, they get hit once, and they don't really want to know anymore. How many people? It's literally Bivol. Even Golovkin weren't storming forward in the last 2 fights. Fact. It's a fact, people. Golovkin couldn't do it. The only man to do it is Bivol. And people say he was too big. Well, Benavidez is a 168-pounder. There's not been one 68-pounder yet who can hold a shot from Canelo and do something about it. Not one. In fact, to the contrary, typically hard men, right? Typically hard men. That's not true, actually, no. John Ryder took some shots, right? He was never winning the fight, but he took some shots. Can Benavidez kind of scale on that John Ryder performance? Possibly. I'll believe it when I see it. Anyway, this isn't about Benavidez winning or losing the fight. This is about, if this is true, yeah, he was willing to accept $5 million. That's cheap. I mean, Billy Joe got like 8. I don't give a F what no one says. Benavidez, I'm not sure where he's from. He must be the Mexican monster, right? So, he's Mexican. Benavidez and Canelo will do massive numbers. I'm talking $1 million plus, I'd have thought, because of the derby, the Mexican derby that would be had. So for him to be paid significantly, almost half, I think Billy might have got 10 actually, either way, for him to be paid, I don't know what, 50, 40% less than Billy Joe Saunders. The Billy Joe fight never would have done more than 400 or 500k in the US. Never. Not in a month for Saunders. This is $1 million pay-per-view, people, in my opinion. Well, certainly 800, 900k. So for him to take 5 million When really, I think the starting for this, again, Billy Joe. If Billy Joe gets paid 8 or 9, then Benavidez should be starting at 10. I wouldn't be mad to hear him get 15, for example. So for him to accept 5, if that is the case, because you just don't know at this point, I don't understand why these guys make these comments for. Yeah? Don't make comments. I don't understand why the management game haven't got on this tip. We live in the age of, allegedly, who knows, but allegedly it's like social media decentralization. These managers, yeah, don't tell us, oh, I was willing to accept 5 million. I don't care about the money. Just show receipts. Hey, yo, listen, here's an email sent from David Benavidez team at gmail.com to Team Canelo. Hey, yo, Canelo, we'll take 5 mil flat. Just send receipts. On the 3rd of February 2024, we sent an email to Team Canelo saying we'll take 5 million flat for this fight. We want him badly. Yeah? And there was no reply. We didn't hear back from them. At that point, you've proven that you was willing to take 5 mil, and the onus then is on Team Canelo to show up and say, wait there a minute, we replied to that email, for example. But to come out, it's all speculation. So 1 minute I hear one thing, oh, Benavidez's team said, send receipts. And it does beg the question, why aren't people leading with receipts? This for me is an expose, or could be. The problem is I can't call it an official expose because I don't know if it's true. There's no evidence. But if Benavidez genuinely offered to fight Canelo for 5 mil, that is an expose of Canelo. There's no bigger fight in boxing for Canelo right now. I'm hearing he's going back to the zone to fight Jaime, I think his name's Jaime Munguia or so, I don't know. Some two dudes I ain't never heard. Who would they beat? I don't know. 2 random dudes from the zone. Them fights ain't going to do more than 300k, 400k tops. Tops. Both of them put together won't do what Benavidez did. And they're probably getting paid 5 mil a piece, right? So Canelo going to pay 2 dudes 10 mil and be lucky to make 600-700k when he could just fight Benavidez, pay-per-views. When he could just fight Benavidez and pay him, I don't know. The business here don't make sense. Bear in mind as well, it was such a long time for Canelo to sign with PBC. You're now at PBC and you're not fighting Benavidez. Now I heard that, Canelo's leaving PBC because they won't pay him his minimum. At the same time, news came out that PBC offered Canelo to pay him his minimum for the next fight for a bum, like Jamal Charlo, for example. But they wanted it guaranteed that he'd fight Benavidez next. I think that's fair. Bottom line, why should Canelo be at PBC and not fighting Benavidez? Again, I don't rate him. I think Canelo beats him. But Canelo claims to want to fight the best, so factually, there is not one better 168-pounder at the zone. Unless I hear Canelo start saying, oh man, he speed, he movement, no, but oh he winning man, he winning, oh he winning. No, but now on a serious note, unless I hear Canelo start saying, hey yo, I'm going back to the zone because I want to take Bivol's sweet ass at 168. That's the only time I want to hear about Canelo going to 168. I ain't trying to hear about nothing else. Sorry, going back to the zone. There's nothing sweet for Canelo. There's everything sweet for Canelo at the zone. There's no real challenges at the zone. It's just random dudes. Yeah? Filler fights, really. PBC's where Benavidez is the only guy at 168 outside of Bivol. And Canelo don't want nothing to do with Bivol. Bivol being his daddy, right? 100%. He didn't want none. He admitted it himself. Bivol said, I'll come down there and take your sweet belts off you, Carrot Top. Yeah, I'll make that Carrot Top looking ass booty pop. Fact. Canelo missing. All of a sudden, he care about weight classes. Oh, no one going to give me credit for beating Bivol at 168. Said no one ever. I'd give Canelo mad credit, but he knows he can get smoked. Bivol go in there with his Japanese Russian looking ass and tear that ass up like it's his birthday. Big facts. It'll be a Carrot Top looking birthday party for Canelo booty hole if Bivol get hold of him 168. He know it. That's why he don't want it. Yeah? He don't want it even a bit. Anyway, it's kind of sad times, to be honest. Not sad times, but these guys should be fighting proper fights. Terence Crawford, listen, I don't want to hear about no Jaime Munguia, man. I don't know, dude. Yeah? Terence Crawford. Bivol, Terence Crawford, Bivol, Benavidez. They all want it. They're all, in my opinion, I'd rather watch Benavidez than Bivol, to be honest with you. I'd rather watch Crawford and Bivol would be my main picks, because I think they can beat Canelo. Benavidez, I don't. I think Benavidez gets smoked, truthfully. But Crawford, it might sound delusional, but I don't know. There's something in Crawford I see. I see something in there, man. I see some Anunnaki spirit in Crawford. The other dude, though, Bivol, yeah, that's a done deal. Yeah, it may be a question if Crawford can beat Canelo, but Bivol is a done deal, and Canelo knows it's a done deal. He don't want it. I think he knows Crawford's a done deal as well. He don't want it. At the end of the day, man, there's a whole bunch of names Canelo don't want. He don't want Benavidez, he don't want Crawford, and he don't want Bivol. He want Jaime Munguia. The fuck? He's too small. I'm pretty sure, don't quote me on this, yeah, but I'm pretty sure Jaime Munguia was at 154. Oops. So all the people telling me, Crawford too small. He fighting little ass Jamel Charlo, ain't never done nothing. Beat a bunch of bums. Tim Tszyu fixing to smoke on that ass. Yeah. The other dude, some other dude as well from 154. Jamel Munguia and some other dude at the zone. Like, be realistic here, people. Yeah. Crawford big enough. He been big. He punching up dudes. All due respect, yeah. Canelo didn't knock out Triple G. Oops. Crawford knocked out Errol Spence. At the time, it may sound delusional, but Errol Spence ain't no Triple G. Well, he was kind of at the time. Come on, let's call a spade here. If Triple G out of 100 was like a 86 fighter, yeah, Errol Spence was nothing less than 83. Do you understand? And Canelo had 3 tough fights with Triple G. Terence Crawford just tore Errol Spence's ass up like he's something, I don't know. You understand? There's levels, right? Canelo ain't stopping. Who ain't stopped? He ain't stopped Floyd. He ain't stopped Triple G. He ain't stopped John Ryder. Come on, people. What do you think? I think Crawford now at 160 would knock John Ryder ass out. I just do. I'm sorry. Canelo didn't. Who else didn't he stop? He didn't stop Callum Smith. So he ain't stopped Crawford knocking dudes spark out or beating the brakes off them. Like they robbed something. Yeah? These are top guys as well. Not being funny, but John Ryder ain't a top guy. Callum Smith ain't Errol Spence, is he? He's not. I don't give a F what no one says. Callum Smith ain't Errol Spence. Callum Smith himself got his ass whooped by John Ryder. Fact. That was after Callum Smith had his big breakout fight beating George Groves, and after that he went life and death, in my opinion, lost to John Ryder. Do you understand? And Canelo going life and death with, not life and death, but you understand the point. He didn't score a knockdown. He didn't stop Callum Smith. There you go. And we just saw listen, people. We just saw what Beterbiev did to Callum Smith. Yeah, give dude a whooping like he wouldn't have believed. Whoop, damn. That was like, I felt to call the authorities watching that one. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah. Listen, RYB, you call the feds. Listen, there's certain times only the authorities can lubricate, and pacify particular situations. Yeah, no one else could step in. No one else has the authority or force to stop Beterbiev whooping on Callum. Who else could do it? The authorities, people. Central government were the only people who could protect Callum Smith from Beterbiev. No one else could. Get serious. Who are going to help him? Come on now. What? Oh, but YB, he's got 4 brothers. Listen. Yeah? Them 4 brothers, all 4 of them could have jumped in the ring, and not one of them. In fact, no. All 4 of them brothers, or 3 of them brothers, yeah, could have jumped in. And 4 of them, man. All 4 of them. Callum, Liam, whoever else, all 4 of them would have left together on 4 stretchers. Fact. Yeah? Hence, central authorities. Yeah, you'd need a SWAT team there. You'd need riot donnies. The full works. Call me a liar. Yeah? You know you're getting a bad whooping when one dude can take out your whole line. Throw the dad in there as well. The dad, all 4 brothers. When one man can take out, undeniably, fact, people. I believe, if you put all 4 Smith brothers in the ring with Beterbiev, he'd pop Liam Smith right in his chops. He'd be out. The first thing that lands, he's out. The other 2 brothers, they're out. And it'd be Callum there getting whooped on. The same, to be quite frank, The four Smith brothers versus Beterbiev would look the same way as the Callum Smith fight looked. Yeah? Beterbiev would go forward, take out the first three, like, that's just done. That's a game, set, and match deal, right? That's just going to happen. First round or two. First round or two, all three of them brothers are going to be beep, flatlined. So by round three at the latest, you're just going to have Callum in there getting whooped on again, right? Call me a liar. Oh, I'd be exaggerating. I'll tell you now. My betting record or not, yeah? I'll put big coin up that Beterbiev would... In fact, let's make it interesting. Beterbiev in UFC gloves, yeah? Versus four Smith brothers in UFC gloves. I'm backing Beterbiev all day. Yeah, I may have put a bit of hyperbole in there. But in UFC gloves, which really, that's the more natural... I believe boxing needs to change anyway. Boxing should have UFC gloves. Because it's... These big padded things, it's no good. I think it makes more damage, actually. But anyway, it definitely leads to more explosive KOs. Beterbiev in 4-ounce gloves versus four Smith brothers and their dad. Now, leave that out. It's not worth it. He's good. Yeah, the four Smith brothers. Yeah, in UFC gloves. I'm telling you now. At least two of them don't make it out the first round. Yeah. After the first round, genuinely, you're gonna hear. For example, let's say for this particular bout, you put heart rate monitors on all four of the brothers. Yeah. After the first round, guaranteed. Them 4 heart rate monitors, only 2 of them are going to be beeping. Do you understand? The other 2 are going to be like, white noise. You ain't going to hear a lick of nothing. Yeah? You're going to have to dig up Stephen Hawkins' old ass to try and find some infrared rays and shit, because you ain't going to hear no noise. It's flat for 2 of them, man. Yeah? The other 2, man, and that's the thing though, psychologically speaking, the other 2 man that are left in there, their heart rate's going to spike. You're going to hear boop, 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 190 beats a minute. Because they're going to, imagine that. Imagine you're out there, yeah, with your 4 man. And 2 brothers just get smoked in the first innings. The first innings and 2 man are out. Yeah? That ain't going to do nothing good for your head, is it? Nothing good at all. The 3rd man, he's out in the 3rd round for sure. Callum Smith may make it to the 4th round. May. If he's lucky. Yeah? May. That's the point I'm making, people. Beterbiev with it. Canelo, not so much. He ain't spiteful like Beterbiev. Oh, but he's bigger. Maybe. That one, what Beterbiev does isn't about being bigger. Canelo, all due respect, was politicking with Erislandy Lara. Do you understand, people? Oh, but YB, you can't have it both ways, right? You can't justify Canelo not stopping big people because he's too small. But when he was small, he weren't knocking out Miguel Cotto, spark out, like Beterbiev is. He weren't knocking out Erislandy Lara, spark out. Listen, people, what do you think Beterbiev would do to some sticking sec dancer around dude like Erislandy Lara? I rate Lara, but come on now. Yeah, but Beterbiev would be all over. Let's say you could scale Lara up to 168, or 175, sorry. Beterbiev would be all over him. All over him, yeah? Like a rash. All that dancing rubbish, it work when you got someone in there like Canelo who ain't really want to get stuck in, but Beterbiev, whoop, he'd cut through him like a hot knife through butter, fact. If you can't punch with Beterbiev, you're screwed. And even if you can, you're still screwed. Because you can't punch as hard and you're not as durable as he is, even at 40 years old. Oops. Canelo's never shown that tenacity to get at it. That's why he has this. That's why he went. Oh, come on, people, listen. How many rounds do you think Plant, yeah, who's kind of like a Lara knockoff, how many rounds do you think Plant would go with Beterbiev? He wouldn't be going 11. That's what we do know. Oh, YB, your betting record's awful. Oh, no, maybe not. If it went 12, fair play to him. Caleb Plant would be the first man to last 12 rounds with Beterbiev. Yep, I don't believe it, people. That Beterbiev versus Plant is a 6-round peak. The absolute best. Honestly, yeah, Caleb Plant should win the fight if it goes 7 rounds. That's how I feel. If Caleb Plant goes 7 rounds, he won. That's what I'd say. If Caleb Plant makes it to the 7th round, he won against Beterbiev. Fact. Anyway, let's say it plays out. Let me know your thoughts. Smash the like button, subscribe, and like off the 100%. No doubt.